Hello, I'm Bonnie McDonald Dixon with Storyvan TV, and we have an extra special guest here today, Deborah Myers, and she helps people stay well, reduce stress with easy self help acupressure at her work, at home, at play. She teaches wellness for kids and grown ups. So, Deborah, I always like to start with the story behind the story. What got you started? And I know you're going to share some extra goodies for us today. But what
Okay,
got you started in this work?
thank you. So, years ago, I'm going to date myself, in the 70s when I was in college, I was introduced to something called energy medicine. And I took to it like duck to water. It was just like, suck it in and make use of it and experience and learn it and offer it to others and also offer it to myself. That's what was beautiful about it. And as I was in the midst of that, by the way, it didn't enter my conscious thinking I could do it for my livelihood. I mean, how could I learn something like healing touch therapy, and make a living at it? That didn't make sense back in the 70s to me. So I did a lot of other things. In fact, my first career was as a probation officer. I worked with kids in the legal system. And then a few years later, I was working in group homes for adjudicated delinquents. In the midst of all that, I was occasionally giving them suggestions about what they could do for themselves with self-help, to calm, to relax, to get their breath back. And then when I didn't do that anymore, I started doing other things. Like I was a real estate broker, owner of my own company for 12 years, and I was an insurance and securities agent. And then I had a car accident. And the one thing that really helped me heal was receiving energy balancing body work and doing my own self-care. I had been learning and experiencing self-help acupressure for years. And I was that's what I kept doing. And I noticed I was healing. And by the way, surgery had been recommended. And I was like, no, I don't think so. I'm going to find a different way to do this. And as my body healed, the light bulb came on, girl, and said, girl, you know this, just do that. So that was back in 93, 94. And I have been being an acupressurist and Jin Shin Jitsu practitioner ever since. That's my
That's
story.
amazing. You learned the art of self care and you found an amazing tool to do it without harm to the body, without taking drugs, without injections. You were able to help people with touch. And
Yes.
I just really, that's so exciting. And not
Thank you.
only do you help adults, you help children too.
Yes. Yes, I do. Um, so it was actually, so I've been in private practice for almost 30 years. And I wrote a self-help acupressure flow that I call the Daily Clean Your House Flow. It's a 9-step self-help acupressure flow. I wrote it like 27 years ago. And I call it the Daily Clean Your House Flow because when you treat your body like a house and keep it clean every day, you're ahead of the game, right? So you help
Mhm.
prepare your body for what you're going to ask it to do, prepare it for what might come at it. We don't plan on injuries or viruses, illnesses. We don't plan on stress and stuff, but we live in a world.
Mhm.
So, and we live in a world that we want to be active, whether we're out gardening or exercising or playing sports, musical, going to school, going to work, whatever the case may be. If we prepare our bodies, we're ahead of the game. And it was about 6 years ago, maybe, that some clients of mine who were teachers, and they'd taken my workshops, were taking what I taught them, predominantly the Daily Clean Your House flow. They were
Mhm.
taking it into the classroom and coming back to me and saying, wow, this is really working. And this is what I'm noticing. Will you just create a real program? Okay. So I started, going, okay, what else can I do with this and create a system for them, for the educators and for the kids. And then I also realized, well, it's for the parents too. And as all that was progressively happening, one of my clients, who's a phenomenal artist, heard what I was up to and said, hey, Deborah, why don't we create an animated video of the daily clean your house flow? So that's what we did. And it's now up on my website. And it's available for anyone to make use of. Now, after it was first created, I had it on a website that was called the dailycleanyourhouseflow.com, and I made it available with books. So I've written 3 books to go along with it. Easy self-help acupressure for students and teachers, easy self-help acupressure for kids and parents, and because grown-ups ask for it, easy self-help acupressure for grown-ups. And I was all available for purchase. And then March 2020 hit. And I contacted my website folks and my marketing folks and said, let's dump it. It's going free. It's a gift.
Oh.
It's a gift because I want every kid who's experiencing life in a way that they shouldn't be experiencing it to have something like this available to them for anxiety, for stress, for the stuff they can't control, right?
Right.
And then I realized I wanted it for the parents and for the teachers, for all educators, for healthcare providers. I just wanted it for people, whoever might want that, to have access to it. So it became a gift, and it's remained a gift, and it's always going to be a gift.
That is so very, very generous of you.
Thank
It is
you.
contributing to humankind and sharing what you know. And it's so exciting. So shall we show that little
Yes,
video?
I'd love to. So
Okay.
what I've sent their way, folks, is, and thanks, by the way, I'm so excited to be here with you folks, with Greg and Bonnie, and with all of you who are seeing this. I sent them the 2.5 minute intro. It's a full 6.5 minutes long that you can receive as a gift when you go to my website and click on get the animated video now, put in your name and email address. It's yours to download and make use of.
Fabulous. Let's go for it.
Okay.
Here we go.
Your body is your house. It's important to keep it clean. Vacuum it out daily and dust out the cobwebs. Did you know your body is like an electrical system and it runs on energy? When your system is clean and in balance, you feel great. Daily Clean Your House Flow is like straightening out and organizing your house. It can help you wake up and be focused in the morning, or it can give you an extra boost of energy when you need it. It can help you study and take tests. It can help you stay calm, relaxed, and alert. It can help you do well in sports and other activities. And it can help you rest and sleep deeply. Do the Daily Clean Your House Flow as often as you want to throughout the day, and it will help you keep your body feeling good and ready for whatever you're doing. Let's go through the poses now. The key to the flow is to gently hold each position for several breaths. Breathe deeply and slowly during each pose. Number 1. Hold your upper arms by folding your arms across the chest, like giving yourself a big hug. Breathe deeply. Bring oxygen in and breathe out the carbon dioxide.
And that's the very first part of the Daily Clean Your House Flow. Now, it was a little fuzzy. I hope it didn't show that way on your side, but just know that when you get this, and if you decide to receive the full 6.5 minutes, it's showing up nice and clear. And then once you get it, you also have an opportunity to receive the print version of the Daily Clean Your House Flow and a whole lot more.
What fun. It actually showed up clear on this end. So
Excellent.
it should show clear up on that end.
Excellent.
What fun, I tell you.
Yeah.
So some of the things I'm curious about. So when a person starts, getting into the flow and working with you, what does that look like? What does that feel like?
Good question, Bonnie. Most people say that it's calming. It's allows their body to let go of the stuff that's in the way for them to feel good about themselves, feel strong, feel healthy, feel vibrant, feel available to do what they want to do and be who they want to be. So some folks come to me, I see clients one-on-one, both virtual and in person. Of course, from March 2020 on, it was all virtual. And I now can say I have clients all over the world, which is a very cool thing to be able to say. And people will come for physical aches and pains, chronic conditions, illnesses, ailments, whether it's acute or chronic. They may come for just overall wanting to feel good about themselves, letting go of stress and anxiety. Some folks come for clarity and focus and productivity. And no matter what the age, people come back saying, I feel good. One person has consistently said that, I was spending lots of my days just feeling pain from chronic inflammation. Doing my energy work daily has helped me to be more productive and have a lot more fun. That was from an older person. A young person said, I do the daily clean your house flow before I practice piano, and I'm doing so much better that my teacher even says I'm doing better too.
Well, that is
So,
wonderful. Do you
yeah,
think part of it, Deborah, is being in awareness of one's own self?
exactly. Because when we help our body energetically be in flow, we give our bodies the opportunity to have consciousness and awareness. And all that I do is show you how to hold your fingertips lightly on acupressure points. So just like on the in the video, the first step of the daily clean your house flow, and all the steps, there's 9 of them, can be used separately, individually for their express purpose, and you'll learn those as you go. But I also spend time when I'm working one-on-one or teaching workshops, giving full play-by-plays, energy tips for breath, for flexible or increasing flexibility, for increasing vitality. And literally it's giving yourself, like on the first one, a hug. So if you want to do that with me, folks, you just lightly place your fingertips on your upper arms. There's no wrong because there's no right. That's the other thing I teach. You can't do it wrong. So you just put a light, gentle touch anywhere from your elbows on up, give it a couple good breaths, and experience your body being in deeper breath. And feel that as calming. You know what's really cool about giving yourself a hug? You're able to access the energy on the back body without having to reach for it. Now, there's a point on the back body. I'm going to show you where it is. It's way back here, and it's really tricky to get to. I mean, you could do it, but why strain? You access the energy by simply holding here, and you're connecting with the horizontal movement of that. And that energy balance point back there, because every single one has a purpose, a meaning, a reason for being, and it wants to be in balance and harmony, meaning not blocking up the energy. So when you're doing this, you're literally connecting with an energy balance point that's way back at that midline of your scapula, the shoulder blades. And when that one's in a state of balance and harmony, it gives you limitless life power. It literally fuels the air to move it throughout your body as breath. So all your tissues, all the cells, every piece and part of you gets the vibrancy of blood flow, of oxygen flow, and of energy flow. All of it goes hand in hand. One cannot live without the other. So think of your body as an energy system. As an energy system, it has rivers of energy that run through it vertically and diagonally. Down the front, up the back, vertically and diagonally. And each one of those rivers has a purpose, a reason for being. Along those rivers are energy balance points, which also have purposes. And when we help those rivers be in flow, they can fulfill without having to work so hard. That's the trick, is to help your body not have to work so hard. It wants to take care of you. It loves you. It wants to support you and wants to keep giving back to you especially when you're giving to it. It's like a game of reciprocity. Okay, think of it that way. So these rivers, they're channels and meridians in Eastern medicine lore. And think of them just like the rivers up in the Sierras or wherever you might be, and gently flowing, like gently flowing streams. And everything's going fine, and then something impacts the river, like a family of beavers, and they start creating a beaver dam. And as soon as that beaver dam is created, it blocks everything to come down, right? And then what's it do? All the limbs, all the twigs, all the trunks, all the anything that's coming from upstream hits against that and makes the river blocked. Same thing happens in your body. The rivers want to flow, but something impacts the system. Daily living, stress, tension, habits, emotional upset or trauma, physical injury, physical ailments or illnesses, what might happen, and all of that could be acute or chronic. The impact could also be emotional upset or trauma, again, past or current. The impact could be too much thinking, none of thinking, cluttered thinking, shattered thinking. Too much on the brain. And when that happens, any of those, one or several or more, and the consequences of the impact are allowed to sit on the system, the body's going to go into reaction. And energetically, those rivers are going to get jammed up. They're going to get sluggish, slowed down, and start acting and looking like they have beaver dams. You know where the beaver dams collect? Right where those acupressure points are. And so the trick is to help your body let go of the blockages, and then to help the body have the pattern, the memory of the flow, so that it is proactively helping you stay healthy and vital. So you're less likely to grab onto what might come at it. Germs, bugs. If you do get something, you may not get it as much. Any of you have allergies? Yeah, many people do. Guess what? Allergies are simply the body's reaction to potential allergens because the immune system is suppressed. You help your immune system and lymphatic system be stronger, healthier, more vital, more available to the whole body, and your body can ward off possible collections, including reaction to the allergens that make you have sniffly nose and dry mouth, dry throat. Some people even get ear pressure. Now, maybe you don't get allergies. Maybe you get head pressure from chronic headaches, or maybe you occasionally have a reaction. Are you someone who gets reaction by going up in altitude, whether you are driving up the mountain or whether you are going up in a plane? You can help your body not have those reactions. That's the beauty of all this stuff. You can help your body have clarity and focus. So no matter what your age, whether you're a 5-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 40-year-old, a 60, 70, 80-year-old, you can make a difference in how much clarity and focus you have, and thus how much productivity and vitality you have. That's the opportunity you give to your body when you give it the gift of self-care. You're loving it. And that's
That is
why
so amazing.
you.
The analogy of the beaver dam, which made me smile totally, because I've seen a beaver going by in a lake with a branch. You're like, what was that? It was a beaver.
What are you up to, bud?
He chopped down a whole tree. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But I really love that analogy, because we don't often realize that there is a flow to our body. There truly is.
Yeah.
And when it is jammed up, i.e. like a beaver dam, then we don't always feel well. And we don't know why sometimes. And what you're sharing is, not only is it there, but it can be easily unblocked. and you don't necessarily have to use Western medicine, which is good in its own way. If you get hit by a truck, for sure, go in. but
Yeah.
sometimes getting the energy flow in a natural way,
Yeah.
which is what you do, is you help it, because that works for children, adults, and elders, and all of them. We don't necessarily need extra things put into our body. We can just use what our body already knows to do. It just needs a little help.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. In fact, I love being a bridge between Eastern and Western medicine, because one of the things that energy balancing does, it helps your body assimilate what's good for it, whether it be the food you eat, the fluids you drink, the
Mhm.
medications you need to take,
Mhm.
the supplements you want to take to support your body.
Mhm.
When your body's in a state of energetic balance and harmony, it'll more easily assimilate it so it
Mhm.
can let go of whatever it doesn't need. And then what you have is a game of, literally, you're playing like it's like you're on a playground when you're walking around in your house, and you're literally helping your body be a sustainable environment.
Mhm.
Because when there's adequate assimilation, it's all about sustenance. I like to
Mhm.
take it a step further. When the sustenance is available and the body's able to receive and let go physically, mentally, emotionally, and
Mhm.
spiritually, it literally helps your body feel the space of being a sustainable environment.
Oh, that feels good just to hear that. Now, can you imagine if people know this system and they happen to end up in a hospital for some reason, how more easily they could get better more quickly and
Exactly.
get home,
Exactly.
you know?
That's why I love working with clients who, sometimes we need surgery or
Mm,
some sort of procedure, right?
mhm,
And when we prepare the body for that procedure,
mhm,
immune system, lymphatic system is more vital. The body's more readily able to receive and handle the procedure for what it needs. It can handle the medications, the anesthesia, all the everything, and then it can, like you said, come back and heal faster. So
feel
I do a
better.
lot with uh, pre-surgery and post
Oh,
to
that's
help the body.
amazing.
Yeah,
I'm sure people are really gonna wanna know about this, because we never know in life what might be, as you said, coming our way, and if
yeah,
we're prepared, it
yeah.
can just be
In
so much easier instead of so hard. Sometimes people say, "Oh, life is so hard," but if
yeah,
you have the right tools.
yeah. In fact, think about this one. Um, for any of your folks, or of anybody who is in the nursing field, I'm a certified provider with the California Board of Registered Nursing,
Wow.
and many states have reciprocity with that. So think of that as a possibility, where you can get it for continuing ed credits, take a workshop, and access it. Yeah, it's a possibility. Check it out.
Wow, that's really sharing the, wealth, in a sense of,
Right.
if other people know it as well and can use it and help their people there, it's
Yeah.
really the ripple effect. And so with young people, if parents were to access when the children are young,
Mhm.
uh, can you imagine the teenagers, how much easier life would be for
Oh,
teen.
no kidding. No kidding. In fact, I have a quote from a 16-year-old. She says, "I cannot imagine not doing the daily flow. It helps each day go smoothly. I sleep better and start the day rested. Studying is easier and I have no anxiety over tests. And anytime I have feelings come up that I don't understand, I just jumper cable and I feel better."
Wow,
Jumper cabling is the last step of the daily clean your house flow. And it's just simply cupping each thumb and finger one at a time for a couple good breaths. And you know what it does, folks? It helps let go of worry fast. Now, I'm not saying emotion is bad, because that's what helps us be human, right? We walk around in a human body. We need to help our bodies experience the emotions and the feelings, because the emotions are there to give us information. That's their purpose. And if an emotion gets really big and takes your breath away, it's maybe a little bit too much. So when you hold like this, a couple good breaths on each one, just like that. Couple good breaths. It helps to access the energy that's coming in and going out and bring balance. And it helps to balance all emotion. It helps get rid of worry. Fast, F-A-S-T. This is in the daily clean your house flow, all on the script. It helps let go of worry. F, let's go of fear. Big one, huh? And that's all of these are important emotions. They've given us information about how to be safe and secure. Help let go of anger. Now, little did the Japanese know, this is based on Jinshin Jitsu, which is an ancient form of Japanese acupressure. Little did the Japanese know centuries ago that we'd be holding our middle fingers up in anger. Just saying. So instead of experiencing irritation, frustration, anger, just go here. And it brings awareness. The S out of F-A-S-T, the S is to help let go of sadness, another important emotion. Helps us recognize what we've lost, what we're missing, what the body would like to have, physically, mentally, emotionally, reinstituted, if you will. So it's an important emotion. And at the same time, sadness can take your breath away if you let it play out in its full extent. And then the T is the trying tos. Trying too hard, trying too much, trying to do it all. That place of efforting that's no longer a verb when it becomes a description of how you are. So that 16-year-old spends a lot of time doing the jumper cables. I spend time doing them. I'm doing it off and on throughout the day. It's so simple. It's just intuitively what I go to. You don't have to do them all. If you feel like you're trying too hard, just hold your little fingers. If you feel irritated about something, hold your middle finger. If you're going down the street and you're really upset with that bozo who's trying to make a change in the road and there's no road change available, just hold your middle finger. And if you can't reach it, it's not the right thing to do at that moment in time, do it with intention. The body understands intention. That's the beauty of this body you walk around in. It wants to keep you healthy and happy and vibrant and available for everything you want to do. And in talking about kids, I love creating programs for kids. And I don't think I sent you the link for the, that was my bad. I didn't send you the link for the clip of the school assembly that I just did at a local school here in Sonoma County, California. And I'm in front of 250 kids, showing them self-help acupressure while they're watching the animated video.
Oh.
And it's so awesome. And it shows this darling 7-year-old, just the cutest little 7-year-old girl you can imagine. And she used to be, so when you go to my website and click on schools and programs, scroll down a little bit, there's a 2.5-minute clip of the school assembly. And here's this little girl who used to be extremely anxious. Think of that when you watch her. And she was taught this simple little pattern I'm going to tell you next for calming. And she was taught it by her auntie, who's a client of mine. And as she started doing it more and more, plus the jumper cables, she said, by the way, oh, I love the jumper cables when I first met her. So as she's doing this particular movement and changing, her body made so many changes that her teachers and her parents noticed it. She also noticed it. So much so that when I was going to go to the school assembly and be there for them and teach them all, she went to her parents and to her teacher and said, can I show my school friends what I do to help be calm and have breath? A 7-year-old. And this is what she did. She cups the sternum. So all you do is find that little triangular notch underneath your collarbone, right there. It's like where your collarbone and first rib come together, and you just cup it like so, just like that. And with your other hand, you hold your hand on your tummy, right between your navel and pubic bone, right down here. There's no wrong because there's no right. And you hold for a couple good breaths. And it does not matter which hand is where. You can go back and forth. That's so it's comfortable. She used to be so anxious that it was just prevalent. and really noticeable to the teacher during those things called drills. And I know all of you who have kids in your life, whether you're parents or grandparents or other family members, or you're an educator or healthcare provider, or you just in the world of having kids around, there's drills. And yes, they're for fire drills, but they go outside. There's drills for preparedness for earthquakes, preparedness for violence in the schools, which is just sadder than sad. It just hurts my soul to have that be what's happening in our schools. And they have to go under, the little kids sometimes have to go under the desk. Well, here, this little girl would just quake. She'd just go, just shaking. But this one particular day was different. And the teacher noticed that she was just laying there. She kind of goes over to her and says, "Are you okay?" And this little girl says, "Yeah, I'm breathing. I'm calm. I'm breathing. I'm okay." So she wanted to show her 250 fellow students what she does in those moments of time. That's how powerful this can work. I hope you go to my website and check it out.
Absolutely. They must go to your website. I have grandchildren and definitely want them. Well, they are aware of it because last time we chatted, sent them that link. I'm telling you, this could be life changing for little children. I remember, and I'll be 67 next week, jumping under the tables in Los Angeles because we were told we might be bombed. And we would leap under those tables. And it affected me in some interesting ways, which I won't discuss. But I think had I had a tool like that, it might have changed my life.
Yeah,
And so we know not of what may come for any of the children, but they can at least have some tools
exactly. Thank
to,
you, Bonnie. Thank
yeah.
you. And that's why I love doing what I do. Not only when I'm with kids or with parents or with teachers. My school program offers a component for all those, or whether I'm doing workplace wellness programs.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
about, or whether I'm just teaching a workshop. It's all about
Wow. Well, let's
sharing what
take
we
a
can
look
do.
at your website so people know how to access this.
Exactly. And by the way, what I did do for you folks is send you a link for an upcoming workshop. It's happening in October, Wednesday evenings, October 11th, 18th, and 25th. So it's 3 1-hour segments for usually $197. There's an early bird for $147. And for your folks, there's the opportunity to have a gift for $97.
Oh my goodness. What a
Yep.
blessing for people.
Yeah. So you would have received the link. I don't know if you're going to be able to put it up there. I don't know what
Is this the correct one here?
I'm not seeing it.
Okay. Let's see. Not sure, but what we'll do is this broadcast is recorded and it will be in the chat that
Okay,
you'll be able to click on that link and take full advantage in a wonderful way for this offer that you're given. I mean, what it would be to learn this technique, because not only is it for yourself, but you can share it.
Exactly.
So
And,
it will
and that's
be,
what I want all of you to do is
yes.
take this, in fact, the workshop is called The Resilient Student, a workshop to unlock your child's potential. And it's all about, the fact that we want to help our kids not struggle so much, whether we're talking academics or emotional challenges, whatever it is. But guess what? We want to help our educators as well. And I want your parents and grandparents and anyone else to also be assisted.
Mhm.
That's why I created the animated video and then why I took it to being a gift, right?
Right.
Yeah. So if you go to my website, this is actually the link to the and it doesn't look like it's going to scroll down and show it, but you can, when you go to classes and programs, it'll show the link for the workshop.
Yeah, we're working on it here. We might
That's
be able to do
okay.
that.
That's okay. I understand. I think everybody
Here we
does.
go.
We
So
understand.
that's October 11th,
Yep. There you go.
18th, and 25th.
Right.
The Resilient Student,
There
a
you go.
workshop to unlock your child's potential.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just read a little bit here. If you're tired of watching your child struggle with academics, concentration, or emotional challenges, or perhaps they're doing okay, but you want to help them improve and excel in school, plus all areas of their life. I think that this is the key, is it's not that they have to be doing bad, but they just can be doing so much better.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes we go from we want to go from extremes. Maybe they're not doing well, but maybe they're doing okay, and we just would like to see them excel
Yeah.
in a wonderful way, less stressed and more productive, and that
Exactly.
ripples about to their friends too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And what's beautiful is, yes, this is a workshop that, I'm teaching towards parents and teachers, but guess what? We're all students.
Mhm.
We're students of life. So I
Yeah.
want all of you to recognize that no matter who you are and what you're doing in your world, you just might learn something that not only benefits that 5-year-old or 15-year-old, but benefits you
Right.
to be a healthier, more vital being that you want to be.
Well,
'Cause
Deborah, this has been so exciting,
it's
and you've given us a lot of really juicy information. And I encourage everyone to, experience this for yourself. Sometimes we can talk all the time, but until you experience it, you won't really know. And
yeah.
Deborah's there for you. This is a recording, so you'll get to hear this again. Make sure to go for yourself and send some of your friends there too, because this is going to be a wonderful ripple effect that we can actually, well, Deborah will be helping just change the world in a wonderful
Oh, thank
way.
you. Thank you. Yeah. And please, please do go to the website.
Mhm.
In your chat notes, you'll also get the link. You can either get to it from my website that says get the animated video now. You have an opportunity to put in your name and email address, and you'll get the opportunity to download the video. You'll also get emails that follow with a full printout of the daily clean your house flow, and a whole lot of other things. Or there will also be in the chat notes an actual link to immediately just put in your name and email address. It's going to be
That is such a gift for everyone. I say take advantage in a wonderful way, and experience it for yourself, and then consider going to this wonderful workshop she's got going, because you're going to get a very special price. And we thank everyone for coming today to Storyvan TV. And Deborah, we look forward to hearing all the juicy stuff that's going to come out of this wonderful workshop. And I know you'll be doing it again, but this particular workshop just before the holidays would be the perfect time to experience this.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And I know you're all about stories and you're all about traveling and having fun. And everything I show allows that to happen. In
Mm.
fact, I'll show you how you can travel and not have jet lag.
Woo!
I'll
Oh,
show you
there's
how to have improved sleep so you can be more rested to do everything you want to do. So come along for the ride.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Deborah. Thank you for coming to Storyvan TV. You're a
My
blessing to
pleasure.
all.
Oh, I thank you for the opportunity. Thank you both.
Mhm.
Thank you all.